Thank you, Ken. Well, it was a heartbreaking testimony from a former victim of a convicted child rapist and the murderer, Donald Smith. Carrie Ann Buck was just 13 years old when she was chased by Smith and nearly kidnapped in 1992.
Now the detective who arrested Smith in her case nearly 26 years ago is speaking exclusively to our Shelby Danielson. And Shelby, he said that there could be more victims out there.
That's right, Jeannie. It's a scary thought, but this follows a week of experts testifying that Donald Smith was the most disturbing criminal they ever studied. So Detective Jim Parker says it's a possibility there are more people out there. Now, he recalls the day that he arrested Donald Smith back in 1992, and he remembers interviewing Carrie Ann Buck when she was just a child. This week, he watched her relive those horrifying moments back in court.
We needed to get moving on this one fast. We were going to have a victim more so than what we had.
It was 1992, and a 36-year-old Donald Smith was driving around an old van silently terrorizing a South Side neighborhood.
He was asking for Susie. Susie was his cover to try to get the girls' attention.
Carrie Ann Buck was one of those girls. She shared her story in court this week.
I was scared. I was so afraid I was going to fall out and he was going to find me.
She truly felt, had she not hid that day in the schoolyard and took precautions to protect herself, she would have been gone. And I firmly believe that. And she was very traumatized from that.
For someone like this, is there any possibility that there could be more victims out there that we don't know about?
Well, it's funny you should ask me that. I was discussing that with some of the investigators up in Duval County. It's hard for us to believe a predator like this doesn't have another victim somewhere.
Investigator Jim Parker says there could be unknown attempted abductions back in his hometown.
And we know that we have something in Atlanta. You know, it's hard to know that.
As for his feelings on the outcome this week,
I'm not a proponent of, that for every capital case, but this one, absolutely.
do you think it means something more to you because you had him locked away already and he got out?
Well, I mean, and that's always been a point of contention in this case, given the overall circumstances. Certainly that would have been a great outcome. That if he was incarcerated, she would have never died, but that's not how it happened.
But he says it's not the time to point fingers, and he knows he helped save at least one life from Donald Smith.
You had quite a bit of your family support right there, which was good to see, but it was so good to see you briefly, even if, but I know you were really upset still, so I understand that completely.
I never forgot you and what you did for me. It just really, it means a lot.
Well, I mean, certainly we're going to do that for anybody, but yes, I remembered as well and was glad that we could do something. Certainly that's what we do, but I'm just glad you're fine, and it's good to have all of this behind us, you especially.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, Carrie, thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
And that sweet phone call there was the first time they were able to reunite and talk after all these years. Carrie said she really wanted to thank him. And the state attorney's office tells us that so far in their investigations, they have not uncovered any other victims of Donald Smith. Reporting live at the courthouse, Shelby Danielson, First Coast News on your side.